computer. All right. I want to welcome Mike and Tim from Plaza Home Mortgage. I had the great pleasure of just closing my first loan with you guys on Friday. However, I found out it didn't get funded. I think it's supposed to fund today because we're still waiting on seller signatures for today. I'm a little concerned because I don't know what my lock looked like, but I didn't find that out until over the weekend. Hopefully you guys are gonna.
Yeah, you should be fine. If it is funded status in our system, your lock's good.
Oh, okay, great. I think they didn't get the signatures in from the sellers. And I didn't find out about that until like late Friday night. So
Mm.
I think it was a title company issue, but hopefully we're okay. Anyway, I'll let you guys run with this. I went to Plaza because I needed um a renovation loan. And it was just kind of a coincidence. Oh, here's Sergio again. Let me admit him in. There we go, Sergio. Sorry, we're just getting started. Hopefully you can hear us. I am recording it. Anyway, I came to you for a renovation loan because you had just called me probably like a couple days before. Perfect timing. That just shows that those of us who are in sales, you just keep calling because you just never know when that time is going to hit that that person's going to need us. And there's Sergio. Hi, Sergio. Can you hear us? Okay, I can't hear you, but nod if you can hear us. Okay, great. Anyway, so I have asked Mike to come talk to us about the process on renovation loans because I think that's going to be something pretty big for us. And I'll let you guys take it away.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb here, which I should have done prior. Apologize, because it's going to ring the whole time. All right, guys. Well, my name is Tim Conwell with Plaza Home Mortgage. Your AE is Mike Murphy. He's on the call as well. I just got a quick PowerPoint to go through, just sort of a welcome to Plaza, some of our highlights, and then I'll open it up for any questions anybody may have. So with that, we'll take off here. Hopefully share my screen. Oh, can you
I've
enable
got it. Yep.
screen
Let me.
share?
Which one I wonder, and I'll make you a host because
Okay.
there's two of you on here, but this should allow you to share now.
All right. Oops, this is disabled.
Okay, let me do the other one. You're in here twice. You must have
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
your note
sorry.
taker. Well, it's not letting me
Mike. Yeah, the video's on my phone and my computer's got the PowerPoint. The one without my picture or my face is the one that I need the hosting ability.
well, here's what's sad is I made you host on one of them and it won't let me add you as a host anymore. I mean, I can't change it. You're now the host.
Let me see here. Will it allow me to send it back?
Good old Zoom.
I'm not the Zoom expert, unfortunately.
So the one that has your video is the one that is the host. Is that on your phone or your computer?
Yeah, it's on my phone. So I wonder how do I
So
send that to you?
so just click on my name and make me host. Oh, well, I'm going to reclaim host. I'm just going to reclaim it.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
And now, so it's the other one you want to be host that doesn't have a
Yes,
picture?
yes, please.
Okay.
There we go. Got it. Thank you.
Now we can see if you share the screen, if it comes up. I don't think it's working, Tim. Oh, there it is. Yay.
All right. So you can see the welcome to Plaza. Cool. All right. We're working now. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So welcome to Plaza, everybody. See if my things are. All right. Legal disclaimer that marketing makes me put on here. You can read it at your own leisure. So at the end of this, Mike's going to send you guys all a copy of this presentation. There's a lot of great information in it, as well as contact information. A couple of things I'm going to hit on. I'm going to talk about your Plaza team, benefits of Plaza, talk a little bit about our Breeze software, and some resources available to you. Any questions as we go along, feel free to interrupt and ask as we go. I'm totally okay with that. So your team, Mike Murphy is your AE, his cell phone number, contact information. You guys do have a dedicated CSR at Plaza. It should always be the same CSR, so you guys can build a relationship. Though you're calling her name Cheryl Saxton. She is amazing. She's been in the business for a long time. She was a VA underwriter for a long time, so she's super knowledgeable.
What's a CSR?
It's your customer service rep. So once the loan's been submitted to Plaza, it's been approved. She sort of, takes care of it from there, helps with the conditions and helps move it along through the process.
Well, that's good to know, because I was always calling Mike, but maybe Jill worked with Cheryl. And right, Jill? You must have known more.
Yes, Anna and I worked with Cheryl. She was great.
Okay. Yeah, she's amazing. I love her.
She was.
I'm the divisional vice president. I run the national sales team here. As far as regional operations, it's our main contact number. Operations manager, the EVP of operations, and the EVP of underwriting. That's their extensions. It's just the main office line. If you ever have to talk to somebody, closing issue, there's a fire, you can always get hold of them. Mike's your go-to, though. Mike's your first line of defense. A little bit about Plaza, benefits of dealing with Plaza. We've been in wholesale for over 20 years now. I guess we're coming up on 24 in December. We opened in December of 2000. We only have two business channels. We only have wholesale and correspondence. We do not have a retail division. There's one retailer, though, that works at Plaza that he deals with our buybacks and loans we have to restructure, and our internal friends and family loans in the states that he's licensed in. So you're never going to compete with us. There's no retail division. We're never going to do anything with your stuff. If one of your borrowers ever come back to us, we get a trigger for a credit pull or a payoff. We're going to let you know. We're going to reach back out to you and say, hey, you did this loan a year ago. They're looking for a payoff. We're currently ranked number 5 in wholesale production in the country. So we're got a lot of volume that we're doing well. We've actually really growing during this time of the shrinkage in the market. Experience, we have 23 years of wholesale lending experience is what we do. Our average AE has been here about 15 years. I got in the business back in 2000, so 23 years I've been doing mortgages. We've got 2 main branches, one in San Diego, one in Jacksonville, Florida. They're both manned by a live receptionist. So when you call in, you're not going to get to know the extension or know the department or whatever that you're after. You can just ask them and they can direct you. That is always great at the end of the month when the fires are happening and we're trying to close loans and you need to get to a closer or you need to get to your underwriter. You can always call in here to get somebody live. And if the person you need isn't getting you quickly, they know where to direct you to. Some of the Plaza differences, we got a very robust product line. I think we've got the most robust in the industry. We've got reverse, renovation, all of the government, FHA, VA, USDA. We've got multiple jumbo programs, the solutions, non-QM, which encompasses 4 or 5 programs, and the DSCR program. We're really big on customer service, service to you guys. You're our client, you're our business partner. We want you to have direct access to our underwriters, to our CSRs and closers. You'll find that any communication that you get from the underwriter is going to have their phone number on it. You'll see when you get an approval from us, it's going to have the underwriter and your CSR's phone numbers. If you have questions about an underwrite, reach out to the underwriter. They'll speak to you about it. They should call out an approval, and they should call out if there's any issues with the file. we really like the out-of-the-box loans too. We're really good at restructuring loans. So if you get a loan kicked back from somebody else that you think is a doable loan, reach out to Mike. Let's see if we can't do it for you. Conventional, we don't have overlays. We're following whatever Fannie, Freddie, or the other investors may be laying out. We don't have overlays over them. So if whatever AUS says, that's what we're going to take. That's what we're going to underwrite to. You'll see when you price a loan out with us, in our quick prices, there's a place to put monthly income in. I strongly suggest if you're doing a conventional loan that you put it in there. It'll calculate whether or not you're going to be able to go home ready or home one, which is really important because it removes all the LLPAs and overlays that are in there. So it makes the loans a lot more affordable. Gets it close to that FHA range. On the FHA, we go down to 550. We will manual underwrite out the door. So if you have a refer eligible FHA and it meets the manual underwriting guidelines, we'll take that loan in. It doesn't have to be approved in order to come in with us. So approved. So refer eligible, we'll take those. We do all the VAs, cash outs up to 100%, and then USDA. USDA has been really popular lately with us. A lot of USDA loans.
I just want to point out for everybody how important that is. And as you know, because I've been very transparent, a majority of my loans goes to UWM, but they won't do manual underwrites, or any kind of refer product. So here's our alternative for us to do those type of loans too. If you're wanting to know where you can go, we just call Mike and see if we can get it to work at Plaza. So that's just real important for everybody to hear.
Absolutely. Thank you. Appreciate it. As far as some of the differences, we've got the three different AUS jumbos. So an AUS jumbo is a jumbo where you've run DU on it and you get approved ineligible, and it's ineligible because of loan amount. 3 programs because they all allow different things like acreage, different acreages, arms, etc. Those go up to $3 million. On our solutions non-QM, like I was saying earlier, it encompasses a lot of products. It's going to encompass our bank statement, our 1099, our P&L, our asset depletion. Solutions really is another jumbo product. It goes up to $4 million loan amount. One thing on these loans, the asset depletion, if you have somebody asset depletion, I would definitely compare the conventional with the non-QM. I think you'll be surprised sometimes that the non-QM pricing is not that far out. And also on asset depletion on non-QM, it's only 84 months of assets versus 360 or 180, the term of the loan. So you qualify a lot more people with that program. DSCR, if you haven't done one, it's just a debt service coverage. It's got to be the easiest loan to do. It's the only business purpose loan that we do. The borrowers are just qualifying on their rental payment divided by the loan amount, and as long as it's greater than 1, not the loan amount, sorry, the mortgage payment. But as long as it's greater than 1, it's a doable loan. We'll actually go to a 0.75 DSCR, meaning that they're not making as much rent as their mortgage payment if they're experienced and they've got the assets to do it. It's the only loan that there's no income qualification on it at all. You just have that. It's just really just credit score and a lease. On the DSCR, we do short-term rentals. So if someone's buying something to be an Airbnb or any other short-term rental program, a condo tel has been popular lately in Florida here. We'll take those loans in. We qualify them running a software called AirDNA that calculates short-term rentals. So if you've got an investor program, definitely reach out, get hold of Mike on them. Been a really popular product lately. Renovation, we do every single renovation available. We have a renovation team. So when it comes to doing a renovation, when you get the loan, reach out to Mike. I feel like I'm saying Mike's name a lot. Sorry, Mike. Reach out to Mike. On the renovation, once you sort of get that 3.4 together, it underwrites just like a regular loan as far as the credit goes. On the renovation side of it, we just got to be sure that we've got a bid and a contractor that understands it's a mortgage loan that this is being wrapped into, and that they're going to kind of follow that paperwork. But I say it all the time, in this market, a lot of people are having a hard time finding houses. So just talked to somebody this morning about this. Instead of finding the house of your dreams, if it's not available, if it's not there, just find a house that's available and make it the house of your dreams. Make it the home you want it to be with a renovation product. The rates aren't drastically different. A lot of times people call them 2-for-1s because probably 9 months down the road, 6 months down the road, you're going to refi them out of the renovation loan. But they run about a point higher, it seems like, on the renovations. We do the Fannie, the Freddie, the 203Ks, which is what most people are familiar with, the USDA and VA reno. USDA, VA reno is a little harder to do. I would say that they're really for smaller projects because they have to be done within 180 days. There's no forgiveness on that. The Freddie Mac Choice of Renovation is a really, really popular one with us. You're seeing different pockets of the country where people are putting ADUs in on their properties. And with the Choice of Renovation, you can actually use the rental from that ADU to help offset the mortgage payment. California,
Talk a little bit
Florida.
more about that, because that's a big hot topic. I know in Florida and in Texas. So that's somebody who has, they just have a main primary living space and they want to build an accessory unit in their backyard, basically, right? Like a mother-in-law
Correct.
suite or
Yep.
or anything like that. And what you're saying is are we doing a refi of the whole property, adding
Yes.
that renovation, right?
Yep.
Adding that renovation, and we can use the future rent that they're going to get on that ADU to help qualify them.
Correct. You got it. To help offset the payment. Yep. Yep. If it's common for the area, which in Florida, are you guys located in Florida? I should ask that in the beginning.
So Empire is located in Florida. Ashlyn is the only one. She's in Miami. The rest of us
Okay.
are all in Texas, in San Antonio and the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So I do know that in Texas, this is becoming more and more popular too. Yeah. As long as it's common for the area and they can pull a 1007 for what the ADU rent's going to be, they'll use that to help.
Did I just lose you or did somebody else?
Tim, you got muted somehow. I don't know if you can hear.
Oh, now I can hear. Or did we lose Tim?
Somehow. Tim, you got muted. There you go. Now he's unmuted. You were muted somehow, Tim, that last
Oh,
thing you said.
that was amazing stuff I just said, and you missed
Say
it.
a great sales pitch. You missed it.
And that's how I cured cancer.
Right. Exactly.
I was just saying, if you have a chance, use the Choice of Renovation program. It's the best of them. It seems to be the most progressive as far as the guidelines go, and it seems to be a little bit easier to work with in their package and their information. All right. So one question I get a lot when I do these presentations, I just added this slide for this reason. A lot of people say, "What are you guys closing? What are you seeing? What are you doing?" So over the last 6 months, this has been our product mix. So full disclosure, about 39% of what we closed was conventional, about 35% was FHA, 11% VA, 2% USDA, 7% non-QM, 4% reno, 2% reverse. The only thing is, I really went back and forth on this, whether to do a 3 or 6 month. I did the 6 month, but our renovation's gone up significantly. A month before last, I know on my team, on the national sales team, we closed about 17% reno. So that reno number jumps around. Early on in the first 6 months, the reno wasn't as strong as what it is right now. Reverse, we love reverse. Reverse is just tough in a raising, when you're in a raising rate environment. Those rates only change once a week, but it just, as the rates go up, it just qualifies less and less people. But if you haven't talked about reverse, reverse is a fantastic product. You don't have to be the reverse expert. We'll be it for you. We've got a reverse team. So if you happen to get one, get hold of Mike. Really, it's just a matter of doing the pre-qual on our reverse site. Once you do the pre-qual, a reverse specialist is going to kind of walk you through everything. So if someone's interested, you might as well just go ahead and do the pre-qual and see if it's going to work for you.
So tell us how that works, because I have one client that I was talking to and they're thinking about applying. So once they apply, Jill and I don't have a clue on how to qualify them. Do we just call Mike and go, "Hey, Mike, here's our 1003 or here's our Fannie Mae file"? What's the process?
Yeah, no. Okay. So I'm really glad you asked that question. So reverse is completely reversed from all the mortgages we're used to doing on the forward side. So the reverse, you don't take the application yet. It has to be a pre-qual. I'll show you how to do that here in a minute, how to do the pre-qual. It's really easy. So you do the pre-qual, you get the pre-qual back. In the pre-qual is instructions for them to do the counseling. They need to do the counseling prior to the application being taken, the true application. And then once they do the pre-qual, the application is taken. Once the application goes through this process, then a case number is ordered, then an appraisal is ordered. So it's almost complete reverse of a forward mortgage where we take the application up front.
Yeah, you're
You
muted.
got muted again, Tim. I don't know how.
And he is going strong. So Mike, so that means don't send them our link to apply through our regular channel. Is that right?
No, exactly. Tim, you just got muted, Tim, that whole time again when you were talking.
Well, not really. I think that what happens is when I put my phone on Do Not Disturb and somebody calls in, I think
It mutes it.
Yeah,
That must be it.
sorry.
But so
Can you hear me now?
yeah,
Okay. So basically on the reverse, once you do the pre-qual, you're going to get an email that's going to tell you where to go, what to do. It's going to tell them how to do the counseling. After they do the counseling, we've got a reverse specialist. They're going to handhold you the whole way through the process. They're not just going to kind of throw you out there. Every step of the process with us on the reverse, you're going to get an email with a link and a video that talks about the next step.
Okay, so let's back up because I'm still confused. Luckily this couple has not applied on my link yet. So don't have them
Good.
apply.
No.
So what do I do with their name and their phone number?
I will show you. Let me find a.
Sorry, I'm
Cool.
getting old, so you got to go real slow with me so I can, and I've
No.
never done a reverse, so I don't know what. And does everybody else have a little gray box at the top of their screen? Okay.
Yes.
It's like
Yeah, that's the-
blocking it.
Yeah, I wish that would go away, but it went away.
There you
Interesting.
go.
Okay, so I just went to PlazaHomeMortgage.com. Let me get that brokers only out of there. It thinks it knows where I want to go. Why is it cute? Oh, I got to log out. Okay. All right, so when you go to PlazaHomeMortgage.com, this is where you land on this page. Typically, you're going to be going to broker login, but for reverse, you're going to go to reverse login.
So
Mike will send you an Go ahead.
Well, we have to have a different login, or is our same login?
Yes. Mike will send it to you, but it's really difficult. It's Plaza and reverse.
Oh, okay.
So once you log into the Plaza reverse site, there's only two things here you really need to worry about initially, and that's a quick quote calculator. Up to you if you want to do it. You could put in the value, the age, and the balance. Let's say $500,000, and they're 70 years old, and they owe $200,000. And you can calculate the value. So this person can never have another mortgage payment again in their life. They could get $4,500 back in their pocket. And they would never make another mortgage payment. So on this one, this would be a good loan, I would think. From here, if you look at that and say, okay, kind of makes sense. This
Muted again.
Tim, it got you on mute. Oh, it doesn't hear it. So basically, at this page is where you do the pre-qual. You fill in all the asterisk stuff, as much information as you can. All right, you got muted again, and I was kind of talking as you were going over it. Go ahead.
Sorry. Okay, yeah. So just much, yeah, like Mike was saying, much information as you can, their income, their assets, etc. What you think that they're, whether they've got good, bad credit, basic information. Then you submit this, and then a reverse specialist is going to reach out to you, and they're going to send you an email with what they qualify, the program options, as well as links to doing the counseling. But this is really the start of the whole reverse, is this prequal.
Okay. So we do it online with them. Don't let them, it doesn't hurt if they apply on our link because we don't do a credit pull on them anyway until after we talk to them. So.
Right. Yeah, the reverse is still kind of antiquated in the fact that they still use the HUD one. They have a different application. Some things are different with them.
Okay, cool.
Okay, manufactured housing. Both Florida and Texas have it. We do all of the programs pretty much allow manufactured housing except for the non-QM and the DSCR. Everything else allows. We both do single wides. We do double wides. It just has to meet that basic guideline. The wheels have to be off. The tongue has to be off. It has to be real property. We offer buy downs on all of the programs, and I know this is a lot of information. So when Mike sends this to you, if you scan this little quirky code, it's a 2-page flyer that kind of has the highlights of every single program, ratios, credit scores, things like that. Let's see here.
Great. What I was really wanting my loan officers to have a resource for non-QM and renovation loans. And so the fact that I just had a great closing with an almost renovation loan, because they changed their mind at the last minute because it was a very small town in Texas that didn't have the right kind of contractors. So they decided just to go straight FHA. So we kept it with you guys and had a great, a fabulous closing. So it was all very good. But I do, since you handled this one so well, I know that you'll do well on our any of the non-QM and renovation loans again. So that's why I wanted to introduce you guys to my team.
That's excellent. Appreciate it. Yeah, you guys also just recently got moved to a more aggressive rate sheet as well. So we should be pretty competitive. We should be very competitive on all products across the board. So, but we're great at the specialty products, but that's where we shine. I'll be kind of quick on the last little bit here. So when you log in, this is what you see, which is what we saw a minute ago. It's just broker login. If you don't have your logins, you can just reach out to Mike for them. He can get you set up. This is where you land when you log in. This is the dashboard where you can quickly price out or upload a loan. In this client resource tab, it allows you to get a lot of information. If you can go, it'll give you a chance to go to the Plaza Home Mortgage website, and then in here, program guides, user tools. In the user tools, there's a bunch of marketing available. It's all unbranded. So if you guys are if you really want to market, there's a house that's been on the market for a while. It needs some love, needs some work. You can find a renovation flyer, and it's put your own information in there. It doesn't say Plaza anywhere. So you just put all your contact information in the notes, put your NMLS number. Don't forget to do that. And then you can drop these flyers off. So there's a bunch of unbranded marketing material, reverse renovation for realtors, for borrowers, for financial planners, wherever you happen to be marketing to, it's probably there. So don't reinvent the wheel. We've already done it for you. And then as far as training goes, so Marilee, you were just mentioning about our products. A lot of people haven't done a renovation or a reverse. In our training center, there's videos, PowerPoints, presentations, everything that you would need on all of the products we do. So if you've got somebody that's got a renovation and you're not comfortable talking about it, go ahead and jump in and watch the video on renovation. Not comfortable with reverse, there's 3 or 4 really good reverse presentations in there, ton of training for you. So it's all available to you. As far as Breeze goes, I'm not going to go through a Breeze demo right now. What I say with Breeze is that, when you get your first loan, you upload that 3.4, call Mike, let him walk through the generate disclosures system with you. Breeze is set up to be intuitive.
Most of these loan officers, it's all going to go to Jill, and Jill just did this with you guys. So I as LOs,
Fantastic.
I don't think we don't have to worry about it. Jill can show Ashland's loan partner when the time comes, if Ashland wants to do something too on this. But yeah, I don't think
Awesome.
we need to worry about it too much.
Cool. Last two slides is just the contact for the lock team. They're available from 5:30 to 6:30 Pacific time. You can lock loans in Breeze, do all that kind of stuff inside the system. And then we have a Breeze support. If you're ever stuck in a loan, you can't get hold of Mike, you can always give them a call and they'll kind of walk you through the system. If you get stuck on an REO or running credit or something like that, they can help you with that. Any questions? Anything I can help anybody with?
Okay, you guys, ask away. It's our chance. I'm sure you have questions.
I have one. Hi, Tim. Thank you so much for everything.
Hey.
So I have an asset utilization loan that I actually have a contract for, and I'm trying to figure out where to put it. What would you say, like, do you guys have a seasoning for the assets that you need? Is there like a seasoning period that the assets have to be available in the bank account? What does it look like? Kind of like, what are the tidbits with you guys?
Yes, so the assets do have to be seasoned, but on the non-QM assets only have to be seasoned for 30 days. So one bank statement.
Awesome. And if it's not your typical asset utilization, they received it through a medical malpractice claim. I know that that's been an issue with some other non-QM lenders who do asset utilization. Would that be an issue for you guys?
No, well, I'm curious. As long as they've got the money in the bank, then no, I think that you're fine.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, it didn't go
Yeah.
through with Home Express. They actually kicked it back for like a 40% LTV, and I was like, that doesn't make sense.
No, we wouldn't care about that. We wouldn't care about that.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
I have a
Good
question.
question.
I'm sorry.
No, I said it was a good question. Go ahead.
Okay. On the DSCR loans, can they close in an LLC?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. It's our only product that we allow people to close in LLCs.
Okay. And what about other formations, like say an S corp?
Have not had that come up. It's only been personal borrowers and LLCs that I've seen close.
Okay. So if
I
it
can
is an
we
LLC,
can find out for you.
I'm sorry.
I
and
said
if
I'll find out.
say that one more time. I'm sorry.
That's okay. We're talking over each other. I apologize. Go ahead.
It's okay.
I'll talk
No,
over you. He said he will find out, Uzi. He'll find
Okay.
out if you can do it in an S corp. Because right now, you know, the most common is an LLC.
And is that a sole member, sir? Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Mary Lee. Is that a sole member LLC we're talking about, or can they have more than one member?
They can have multiple members. It's just that they are going to pull credit on every single member in the LLC.
Okay, that was my next question. Okay, thank you. That's everything.
Uh-huh.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Hey, and real quick, I know I tooted Cheryl's horn with you guys. I would like to toot Mike's horn too. Mike Murphy, you were awesome because I didn't know what to do. When Marilee gave me this loan and said go to Plaza, I'm like, what do I do? Mike was awesome. I messed up the first time I uploaded. He took care of it. We got this loan. So thank you, Mike. You were great.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Try.
Great to hear that. Great to hear that. I always wonder about that guy sitting up there in Michigan.
I always wonder too.
Hey, I'm in Michigan too, so we're gonna be partners.
That's right. We're getting beautiful weather today.
I know, right?
But one thing I did want to say, guys, on the renovation too for Texas is I know that these are rate and term loans, they're not cash outs. So that's a good thing about the renovation to do in Texas. I know Texas is pretty strict with the 50A6 rule and stuff, but these are all rate and terms. So I know people are putting in those big expensive outdoor kitchens and stuff like that. So in Texas, that might be something too, you know, to look
So
after.
how does that work? If somebody's wanting to put in an outdoor kitchen and renovate their pool area or something, and you end up doing a renovation, it's just a rate and term.
Yes,
It's not
because it's not a cash out because the borrower's not getting a penny of that money because it all goes to the contractor. That's why.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, because you can add a pool with these renovation loans if you wanted to. You know,
Is there a max?
amount, like
Yeah.
loan amount?
Yeah, as long as they qualify, because pools are expensive where I live. So
Mhm.
because of all the rock, but is there a max? amount?
Nope. Anything over I think it's 250,000 is right now. It's the limit. Anything over 250 becomes an exception, but we do them. We've done them up to 400,000 or 500,000 in areas that allow it.
As long as it doesn't go over the conforming rate, basically?
Correct. Yep,
Limit?
loan stays within the conforming rate. Yeah, and that is the beauty of the Freddie and the Fannie Mae is that they allow for hardscape pools, what they call luxury items. With an FHA, you can't go and put in a Viking stove, and you have to go buy a GE stove. But the FHA and the Fannies will allow things like high end appliances, chandeliers, hardscape, that kind of stuff. Good point, Mike.
This is a great thing to market, gang. People who are, deciding they're not wanting to move, but they want to fix up their house or add a pool. A lot of people in Texas are wanting to add pools, and they just went through a hot summer. It's still hot here, so it's a good thing to market.
Yeah, and our marketing too, we have them for the renovation for pools too, where it says if you wanted to add a pool, like it's just specifically for that as well. So these people that do the pool installations, reach out to them.
Yeah, there's a
Idea.
great way to go call on some of these pool people and say, listen, we can do a renovation loan and finance the pool.
That's
Great
great
idea.
for partnership.
Yeah, it's a great partnership.
Yep.
I have a quick question, Tim and Mike, whoever it is that can answer. When it comes to the renovation loan itself, right? Because I'm in Miami. A lot of the stuff we have here that's left on the market is 2 million, a million up. I can't qualify every borrower for that. But I need to learn a little bit more and become fluent in what the renovation loan holds, right? So let's say I own a house, right? And I want to go put in a pool that's going to cost me $160,000. I qualify. What does that look like? Is this a second lien? Is this like, how does that work? Can you just kind of quickly 2-minute give me a pitch? How does it work as a borrower to explain it to a borrower or a realtor partner?
Yes. So it's just a regular mortgage loan. It's not a second. It's their only loan, the only thing that they're going to make payments on. So the way that it works is that you take the value of the home plus the renovation cost, and that's how it would be appraised. It would be appraised as subject to all the renovation work being done. That's the value you get. That's the value you're going to use to determine the loan to value. You close on the loan. If it's a purchase, the realtor gets paid, you get paid, and then it goes to our renovation department. Once the work is done, the contractor gets paid, or he gets his draw throughout if it's a big job. But our renovation team handles all that. We're on our side, we're done and we're out of it at that point.
They're
Thank you.
not jumbo loans though, Ash. They don't go above the conforming loan limits though. I heard you say 2 million, so that's why.
Yeah.
No,
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Do you have jumbo renovation loans?
Not at this time, no.
But if they own a $2 million house and maybe they only owe 300,000 on it and they want to put a $200,000 pool, you can do it as long as you don't go over the conforming limit. Doesn't matter what the
You got
value
it.
of the house is. So you could still
Correct.
put it in that way. So hopefully maybe they don't owe anything on the house and they can get a renovation loan to put a pool in. And that would be their only expense. But
Yes. And it's cheaper than doing a HELOC, right? People will think about doing HELOCs, but when you start thinking about a HELOC, that's a variable rate. It's a short-term finance. There's a lot of downsides to them. So if it's a big project, the reno is way better than HELOC.
anybody else have some questions before we kick them out of our meeting?
Just one thing though on the renovation, just the contractor is the most important part because they do have conditions to do as well. It's not just with the borrower. The borrower part's always smooth. You have to have a good contractor that understands the renovation and is able to, fill out forms that the agencies do require. So I just wanted to put that out there. It's the disclaimer.
Well, that's why my renovation loan stopped being a renovation loan is because the contractor couldn't supply all the conditions that they were asking of them. So we just went with a straight FHA, but.
That's the only part.
Well,
Other than that, they're easy.
thank you guys. This has been great.
Merle, make sure you take back control from me, because otherwise when I hang up, I'm gonna kick everybody off. And I don't
Well,
want to do
yeah,
that.
let me see. I got to figure out how to stop video, blur my
2, 5, 6,
background.
Stop sharing.
Okay. Now let me see if I can take it back. Reclaim, not take back. Reclaim.
All right.
Well, thank you, Mike and Tim. This has been really helpful.
All right, guys. Thanks for having us
Thank
on your
you.
meeting. Let us know if you need anything.
I'm sure we'll be in touch.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, well, I'm not going to keep you guys too much longer, but I do want to just, this is a chance for Ashlyn to kind of meet, well, you've face-to-face first time getting to meet Jill, and Sergio and Uzi and Monique get to meet Jill. Jill's the part of the Brady Bunch up here in the right-hand corner, top right-hand corner. She's going to become your favorite person. So, and Sergio, I think she already is your favorite person. So, oh yeah, Ashlyn's nodding. Yeah. So, I'm going to just do a brief introduction just to let you know, Uzi and Monique, top left corner, they are new here in San Antonio. They are going to be doing their onboarding on Wednesday. I met them through, we both worked at Pilgrim Mortgage a couple years ago. So they've been with Nexa Mortgage and are now moving over to the good side, I guess, or I don't know what you want to call it. I don't want to say anything bad about Nexa because I don't know. So, and then
My feelings.
yeah. And then Sergio here in the top, for mine, you're in my bottom left corner. Sergio's up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, right, Sergio? You can just nod yes, and if I'm wrong, then say no, or because I don't know, you're muted. So, okay, so he is officially with Empire, but he hasn't officially come over yet. So he's with a well-known bank. Not going to mention it until we know that he gets on over. But he's already got what, 2 loans in the pipeline? Is that right, Jill? He has 2. So with a third one coming, or maybe we already have 3. I'm not sure. So
We
so
have 3. We
we're-
have 3. The one is already submitted for clear to close. That was like less than 2 weeks.
Wow, that's great. That's great. So welcome, Sergio, welcome. And then Ashlyn's in Miami. So I'm like looking forward to a couple trips to Miami.
Don't forget your loan partner.
And
Come over whenever you want.
so Ash and I met, gosh, it's been a while. We met at boot camp first in Tampa, and then we were in North Carolina together, Asheville, North Carolina, and got to know each other. And I guess I'm not admitting to it, but I feel like I knew she was going to come join us a long time ago and come over to the broker side. So she used to be a broker, wasn't a broker, and now she's back. So anyway, and then Susan down below here of my Brady Bunch squares was a loan officer with USAA for like 100 years. That's my new phrase. Everybody was 100 years. And she is now coming into the broker world as a first time and learning and getting in there with, jumping in with both feet too. So, and she's here in San Antonio. And then of course, Jill is in Michigan, not too far, about an hour from UWM. So whenever we go up to UWM, Jill gets to come over and be with us. So, but I met Jill at Pilgrim Mortgage as well. So she was not my loan partner, but a very good friend of mine, another loan officer, Carol, was her loan partner. So anyway, I'm just going to kind of keep it short. If there's other stuff that you guys need, you can reach out to me, but I just wanted you to see that I'm pretty pretty infatuated with Plaza and how quickly they respond and everything they do and all their non-QM products. Because I know when I got into this, I didn't know where to put anything. And Mike has just been absolutely amazing in keeping in touch and walking us through, you know, and their rates are, you know, pretty decent. So is there any questions you guys have for me before we call it quits for today? Yep, Ash.
Sorry, Asha with 1,000 questions. Hi guys.
That's
I'm
okay.
happy to be here with all of you. Jill, I think I was having Irene ask you. So, is there any way, because I know back when I was a broker before, I was able to run my client's credit card through the actual credit company. Is there any way to do that? Because like for some deals that I have to run the bureau through Arrive versus just doing a fast check. You know,
I'm gonna
with
jump
UWM.
in. I'm gonna jump in. So for
Yeah.
compliance purposes, you either have to have the borrower pay every single time or you pay every single time. So you have to
Okay.
decide how you're going to do that. And then once you
Okay.
decide, then you've got to do it, you know,
Across the board.
across the board.
Okay.
Because like I wanted to do just, I would pay for just my top realtor partners clients and everybody else pay on their own. I have to either do all of them or none of them. So I pay for all of
Okay.
them.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Appreciate it.
Anybody else have any questions before we go for today? Now, I usually do this at 2 o'clock on Mondays. I try not to change it. I try to even plan my travel kind of around it. So, you know, if you can't make it, it's no big deal. It's not one of those things where, you know, you're going to get in trouble because I'm not like that. I do record it and I'll send it in the group message so that you can have that. But it's one of those things that if you want to come and learn and listen, that's great. If not, you'll get to watch it. And if you don't want to finish watching it, then my feelings will be really hurt and then I won't like you anymore. No, I'm kidding. So no, it's all okay. I want to be a resource to you guys. And this is kind of a fun time where we talk about, you know, different things like hearing, you know, Ashlyn talking about an asset depletion loan. You know, we all kind of get to learn from questions that she has. So anyway, welcome to, it's really funny. We're outnumbered by the newbies with Ash and Sergio and Uzi and Monique, and it's great. So welcome. I'm excited to have you on board. Have a great day and we'll talk to you soon.
All right,
See you
thank
right after.
Bye.
All right, let's jump on the other Zoom.